Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, TyGamer here, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel, where today we're discussing something wildly amazing. If you haven't guessed what that is, or you can't read because it's in the title, Elden Ring has finally officially released, and I'm so excited to be telling you all about my first impressions of the game here in this video today. Don't worry about spoilers if you're scared, because we're going to be cutting out a lot of stuff that could be pretty spoiler intensive. I'm only going to be showing a little bit of stuff that's kind of spoiler-ish, so if you're not looking for any of that, you can turn away right now. But I'm excited as hell to be talking about it, I'm excited as hell to be playing it, and it's one of my favorite games of all time. So without further ado, roll that intro. The lands between have more than kept me hooked in Elden Ring, and for good reason too. There's no shortage of anything to do in this game. Even if you want to pick up materials and craft the whole time, you could actually spend the entire game doing that. But more often than not, if you're anything like me, you're running around this vast open Souls-like world and discovering all it has to offer around each and every turn. There's no shortage of beautiful scenery, a wide variety of enemies, and a boatload of bosses with that patented FromSoft feel. Very few titles in the open world category have been able to achieve what Elden Ring has. Its review scores are far from just a shiny number, and it's an absolutely amazing game I've only just scratched the surface on. Hell, I'll be playing this game for years if I have to. I have the game on PS5 personally, so I might even go for the platinum at some point. But for now, at least, that's far out of my reach, and I'm glad that it is. While trophy hunting is awesome and really adds to the experience at times, Elden Ring has a big-ass map, and there's a lot to do. I've found at least 4 to 5 different side quests and completed about 2 of those immediately. Obviously, there's a lot to discover, and with this title being a Souls-like, sometimes it's harder than you may think. You see, many people have criticized Elden Ring for being too easy in the technical beta they held a few months back, but I assure you, whatever balancing they needed to do to make this game feel like a true FromSoft experience, they did it. And boy did they do it well. Not to mention that the day before the game actually came out, they were immediately fixing bugs on consoles and PC. Now just about everything is in working order. It's by far one of the most polished games to come out in the last few years, considering the comparisons we could make to Cyberpunk and GTA: The Definitive Trilogy. And even with its flaws, I've had a crystal clear experience so far. Even with certain graphical hiccups along the way, Elden Ring is literally amazing in just about every way. I'm sorry if I'm getting a little too carried away. This is a first impressions video after all, so let's break it down. Many people I know who aren't comfortable with Souls-like games, and even some who have never even touched or played a Souls-like title ever, have decided to take the plunge with Elden Ring. It may be because of the review scores, it may be because the idea of a sprawling open world entices those people. But I can tell you now that the term "get good" is not thrown around lightly in the Souls community, and luckily, the game does provide you with tools to help you get better at its combat, as well as just basic exploration. You can collect spirit ashes around the world map and summon everything from wolves to skeletons to come and fight by your side. These can be found in some of the optional mini-dungeons and can only be used in certain areas of the map. Then, there are other awesome things such as the Ashes of War, which allow you to equip a special attack and or buff of some kind to one weapon of your choice. This can be done a few hours into the game at sites of grace, and is something that I missed for a while myself, so make sure to read those options next time you rest at one of those. The game also understands how tedious walking around a map this big can be, so they've made a lovely 4-legged horse friend named Torrent to help you traverse the lands between far more effectively. Also, a really key factor of Elden Ring is its multiplayer, and you can summon co-op partners from around the globe or from your friends list to come and help you tackle that terrifying boss. Or you can use it to just dick around and kill things. Please do understand that if you do this for a boss fight, that it is going to make the boss's health go up enough to balance it, so the fight is not easier with 2 people. In fact, it might even be a little harder. Elden Ring may be a difficult game, but it does have a lot of different ways to play, with 10 starting classes and nearly unlimited customization options from everything to the way you fight, all the way to how you look. It's pretty easy to say there's a playstyle that suits everyone. Personally, I would think having experience in titles similar to Elden Ring, such as Dark Souls or Sekiro, would help you understand the way that this game works a little better. Its story is a little vague, and it leaves many important details out so that the player might seek to figure out the story for themselves. The side quests are not always straightforward either, but both of these things work in tangent to allow the player to make the decision of whether or not they want to even do those things at all. But also, please understand that there are areas and parts of the map in this game that you may just be too underleveled for. So it is a little grindy in that aspect, but at the same time, it is a FromSoft title. So if you didn't think that there would be leveling up and, RPG systems in general, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but essentially it is part of the game, and as you grow stronger, enemies will be easier to destroy. So the scales of justice thing here. No matter what the reason, remember that you can always come back to that area later. The first area alone is full of secrets, bad guys, bosses, mini dungeons, and friendly faces galore. I promise that it may seem tedious and slow at first, but I also promise that it gets better as you go. And, as I mentioned prior, these games are designed to be hard. It's supposed to be difficult and kind of make you want to throw your controller through your TV. But that's only part of it, because the feeling you get once that challenge is overcome is amazing. It's something you work at piece by piece until you eventually topple all the roadblocks that have been stopping you. The Souls-like genre is built for forcing players to adapt in outlandish situations, as well as slowly allowing the player to learn how specific enemies and attacks work to better themselves in the game's world. And again, there is a playstyle for just about everyone in Elden Ring. If you like magic and spellcasting, then hell, play as a magic character. Are you a tank that loves getting in close to deal massive amounts of damage? Play as a warrior class. Are you a straight up masochist and want to start with the absolute bare minimum? Then maybe don't do that your first time through. That's a little crazy. But for those people who are crazy enough to try it, the Wretch class exists solely for you guys. So have fun with that. No matter which class you end up choosing, it will take time to adjust to, especially if you're new to the series. I personally love the thrill of being built like a tank, but being able to move quickly in games like this. So I picked the Vagabond class, because it offers that sweet close melee combat I love and allows me to customize my character almost exactly how I want to later down the line. But that's just me. Leave your class picks and why down in the comments below. I'd love to see everybody's choices. And while I plan to do a full review on Elden Ring in the future, right now I'm just enjoying my time with it, and I think that anyone who found this video should probably pick this one up if they haven't already. I promise you, whether you're new to this type of game or a returning veteran of the series, it's one of the greatest games I have ever played. So please consider looking into it or picking it up for yourself. You won't want to put it down. I'm not kidding when I say this. I've been trying to get through making this video as properly and as quickly as possible so I can go back to playing it. If you're feeling the pressure of a boss, or even if it's only a specific area that's giving you trouble, grab some friends and knock that boss on its ass. Like I said before, co-op is huge in this game as well, and whether or not you're putting that summon sign down to fight other players or assist them, it's always amazing to experience. I've helped several players in dungeons and I absolutely love it. But please do be aware that picking a summon sign sometimes is very hard. Game literally released under a week ago. Obviously, there's a lot more I want to talk about, and hey, who knows, I might even stream it after it's been out for a little while longer. But for now, I just want to add my thoughts to the pool of amazing people who are already pushing out content for this game. I absolutely love it, and I highly recommend you pick it up as soon as humanly possible. Anyway guys, that's gonna have to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It really does mean a lot to me that you guys keep on coming out, keep on checking this stuff out, because I do work very hard on this stuff, and I am very happy that I get to talk about awesome shit like Elden Ring. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go and try and play more of it right now. So please, if you haven't already, go and pick it up. And if you haven't already seen more of my stuff, click right over here to go and check out the Let's Talk Gaming playlist. It's super exciting, and it's everything I've made from cringy to now. And maybe you still think I'm cringy, but it's right here. Click on this side to check out a randomly selected video from my channel, and click below me to subscribe. And comment down below what class you picked in Elden Ring if you've picked it up already, because I'm dying to know. Anyway guys, that's gonna have to do it for me. So thank you so much for watching. I've been Ty Gamer. You guys have been a wonderful audience, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.